I'm Steve, and this is This Week with Cars. If you get a new tire for your classic Mini, it probably come with instructions that these need to be mounted manually, and it is difficult to, or I should say dangerous, to use the machine to mount these tires if you don't know what you're doing. You can definitely damage the wheel. I've actually seen wheels that have been crushed by the tire machine, and it's pretty easy to tear the bead on the tire as well using the machine if you don't know what you're doing. So I'd like to show you my trick for mounting the tires on a classic Mini using the tire machine. Really, there's not a big trick to it, but you have to know what you're doing. And if you look at the drop center on this wheel, there's actually more space for the tire to drop down on the back side of the wheel than there is on the front. And that's the main mistake. You don't want to try to mount or dismount these tires doing it in the normal manner with the front of the wheel, the face of the wheel facing up. You actually want to stick it upside down. So I'll actually mount my wheel in this way. So this is the hub side of the wheel, and I'm going to mount it this way. That way the tire has a place to drop in, and the tire is going to go on very easily this way. So you can see my valve stem is right here. I want to line up my yellow dot with that. I'll just spray on a little bit of lubrication. Line up my dot. Now these fingers that I have on the machine right now, they are to protect the paint on the wheel, and they don't grip as good as they could, so I do have to help it along a little bit. Okay, it slipped quite a bit, so I'll just make sure after I lube this side to try to line up my dot again with the valve stem. Okay, there's my valve stem right there. There's my dot. There you go, the tire's on. Went pretty easy. The only reason I had to help it is because of those plastic fingers. They're on it. You can see I have the dot lined up with the valve stem. Now I'll inflate it and set the beads. I've set the tire to the final pressure. Put my cap back on. Now it's ready for balancing and mounting back on the car. If you want to see more tips like this, comment below and click subscribe.